I would open
Nice.
packs with you, but I literally opened like 70 packs the other day, and I didn't save one of them for the podcast.
7-0?
Probably more. Yeah, I had a
What
bunch
are you
sitting
doing,
in
man?
reserve.
Holy smokes. Ooh,
Volcarona.
how do you feel about Volcarona?
I think Volcarona's grown on me. At first, I was kind of a hater, but there's something mysterious about it. I think that I don't know. It's like a really badass fire moth. What about you?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
Your camera doesn't like it.
it's one of my favorite modern Pokemon. I think I really like Volcarona.
Oh, nice.
This is Phalanx, is that right?
Good one. Yeah, I didn't remember the name of that one.
What's this guy's name?
No idea. The guy with two heads, the modern Doduo. dragon.
Hydreigon's younger form, right?
Yeah.
And then a Meowscarada EX
Yeah.
and Fungus.
Fungoose.
Cool. All right. I got an EX. That's all right.
The exit.
And then this is
Paradise Dragona.
Dragona. Right.
Yeah.
Trapinch.
Trapinch. Pansage or Panseer. Pansage is the blue one, I think.
Applin.
Yeah.
That's a Yukimori card. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Alolan Executor EX. The
Yeah,
Terrastal.
nice.
How do you feel about Executor?
His just like OG Executor.
Regular and Alolan.
Regular 10 out of 10. Alolan 11 out of 10.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, I was gonna say the opposite. Like regular Executor, I love. I was actually looking at an old artwork. I forget who the artist was, but yeah. And I was like, oh, this Executor is like a really cool Pokemon. I used to play with them in the game. We have the Alolan Executor at our Pokemon Center here in Okinawa, like a statue of him, like outside the front, and it's so tall. It's like 20, 30 feet tall.
Whoa.
It's massive. It just sits outside the front of it, and it's like hanging over the entrance like a real palm tree. 2 exits.
I love Japanese packs. So I opened 7 packs of Mega Evolution this week, and I got 1 hit. It is Vulpix.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So that's nice, but it kind of sucks opening 7 packs and getting 1 hit. Whereas Japanese, I opened a couple high class packs. Can't remember which ones, but I got the Charizard EX, and then
Nice.
the shiny baby Dodrio.
Nice.
So
Yeah, Japanese is a good time.
yeah, no kidding. I was like, damn, dude, this is so nice. Like, I know they're not, they're worth maybe $1, but that doesn't matter to me. I just
Man, that's what I don't get. I'm gonna get into my pick, just kind of vent later on people in the Japanese market and how they view it, because people are like, oh, we're collectors, we don't care about the value, but then they kind of shit on Japanese when they're like, oh, it's not worth anything. But it's like, for your money, you're getting kind of, if you're just caring about the art and the card and the shiny cool thing, why don't you buy Japanese? I know people they like their English cards because that's what they grew up with, but yeah, I'll show you a poll in a little, or like a Twitter post I saw, and I was gonna start with, but I wanted to ask you first about how your vacation was, because you weren't here last week. We missed you.
Yeah, it was all right. I enjoyed the episode with Dark Ibex. That was fun to listen to. I didn't find any Pokemon cards in Mexico, unfortunately, and I didn't go hunting for them, but we did go out shopping, and I kept an eye out. I didn't see anything Pokemon, which was kind of weird for me. They love Dragon Ball in Mexico, and they
That's
love
funny.
Spider-Man down there. There were full on Spider-Man statues everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
wild. And the mask, the old Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah,
they also
that's
had the mask.
That's
I know.
random.
I haven't thought about it in ages, but they're crazy for the mask in Cancun.
That's funny.
Right? But no Pokemon. I was like, it's so weird that they chose these sort of random things out of pop culture that aren't like huge, like wherever you go, there's usually like Pokemon, Hello Kitty, Marvel, and then you go down there and it was like The Mask and Spider-Man.
And they were fighting in some alternate universe.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, not many updates for Pokemon, except I did get this. I'm holding up
Oh my god,
the
my heart sank.
Chinese.
I was like, what?
I'm holding up the Chinese exclusive Mew EX. It is fake. It's a proxy I got for a video. Still cool to kind of like touch and hold a $25,000 card though. Or sorry, theoretically. And then I grabbed the Chinese like Gengar and Pikachu as well.
Is it a proxy as well, or is it the
Oh
real?
yeah. Oh,
Oh, I was like,
yes,
that one's
yes.
like
These are fake.
expensive too, right?
These are fake. And then I grabbed just some other interesting ones, like the 151 Charizard, which they like.
They give you like a geometric pattern or something,
Yeah,
right?
they gave it like a terrible hollow pattern, and then
I like it.
they also forgot the energy symbol
It's just
in
a
the
black
top right.
circle.
Yeah, which they didn't do that on any of the other ones, but yeah.
Yeah, they're bootlegs.
Yeah, those are to supplement a video I'm working on. So it's still kind of cool to hold that Mew, even though it's not real. But that's all. That's
I
all the
really thought
updates for
for
me.
like 3 seconds just now, I thought it was the real one. I was like, what?
Yeah, fortunately, I don't have that YouTuber money yet that's been promised.
Not yet. Would you go for that or the first Ed Zard though?
I think probably the first dead Charizard. I feel like that Mew might be a little bit artificially inflated. It might be a little hyped up. Not saying that Charizard isn't, but
No, I agree with
yeah.
you. I think we watch them release the Mew in like English too. Watch them do something crazy, and then it's just the same art, like mass produced in a set somewhere. That
Yeah,
would be terrible to feel like be like somebody that bought it for 20 grand and then it gets released in another language. You're like, oh,
it's a little too new for me to jump on something like that. I think it doesn't really have the I don't know what the word is, but when something's been in the market for a while,
yeah.
like
Doesn't have the
yeah,
history, doesn't have the provenance. It's a modern card. They're still releasing, I think, until this is the last month. I think they had released the last 151 copies because it's 151 every month for 10 months of this year. So December was
right.
the last month.
And not only is it modern, it's simplified Chinese, which is also new. So,
Yes.
I'd say it's a high risk purchase, not saying it's a bad purchase. And it might, do really well for people who are buying that piece as an investment piece. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little too risky for me. I'd go with the tried and true Charizard, I think.
Yeah, same. Same. That's cool.
Any and
So no other pickups then, just the couple mega packs and the fake Mew.
hmm hmm
Cool. Um, yeah, I did a bit of a side quest this week. I think a couple weeks ago told you I was starting to be a species collector of Dragonite, and
That's right.
this wasn't planned, but I ended up getting a pink binder and started filling it with bunny cards. You might have seen the
Ah,
picture. I think you commented on exactly that on my post on Instagram. You're like, but I don't know why I'm enjoying this so much. I have here a collection of bunny Pokemon. Well, not just Pokemon. There's Lola Bunny. There's Lopunny. We have Honey Bunny. We have the Rick Probst team Honey Bunny card. I just got, I don't know, had some fun on Canva and made my own Rick Probstein card. But and then we have Carrot from One Piece. So
okay.
yeah, it started as a meme a long time ago. It's a long story, but it started with Lola Bunny. In the Beyond the Binder podcast, there was a question by AMPM, and I won't get into it, but he sent me some Lola Bunny cards, and then I forgot I had them, and then I just started putting them in a binder. And yeah, that's Dragonite was put on the back burner, so we'll see when how far that binder goes, that bunny binder. But that's kind of
I,
what I got into this week.
I will say Lola Bunny, I think, was one of the first fictional characters I ever fantasized about. So I get it
That
there.
that was the question. It was he asked, like, as a kid when you were growing up, what like fictional character did you have a crush on? And everybody on the Beyond the Binder podcast said like a human cartoon character, and I was the only one that said Lola Bunny, and it didn't click with me. But they were like, they just thought it was funny that I said Lola Bunny. Um, but yeah, I'm like, I can't be the only one.
No, yeah, yeah. I don't want to
So
go
yeah,
too deep down that rabbit
yeah.
hole.
Well, pause. Um, but yeah, and then I did pick up. I think I had some Mega Ray cards in Korean and Russian. I showed you
Mm.
a couple weeks ago, but I also got the English one now.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so I got that, and then that's probably it.
And those are all Gem X slabs?
Yeah, they're the Gemix slabs, which I'm still trying to get a sub together to make a video on, just so because people like the ARS slabs, and this is like a good alternate because they take international submissions, so people can send to them. But yeah, still getting cards together to submit to them to put a video together.
That's interesting. Yeah, hmm. Yeah, because I can submit internationally with Gem X, right?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make the video, because a lot of people are like asking me like ARS, let me get like, and it's hard for me to submit for everybody because it's 20 cards every 2 months I can send. Like, it's pretty limited. It's not per person, it's per like address, and they don't have open submission periods. So this is kind of similar in the way it looks. I've shown these before, but the only difference being is that the ARS slab is very thick and it's a lot heavier. The Gemix slab is about the size of a PSA slab, but similar in the way that the label's on the bottom, it's a metal label, the grade's on the back. I don't know like the difference in grading, except for that Gemix does take into account the centering of the card, whereas ARS
Mm.
doesn't. Which yeah is kind of a turnoff for some people, but I don't mind it.
I was thinking about my NGC non-grading company, my or N. What did I call it? Yeah, NGC non-grading
Mhm.
company. I was thinking it would be awesome to like when you submit a card, we could have a service where like we clean your card, like get it in the best shape as possible, slab it up in something like ARS that's just like obnoxiously like heavy, but like also to ship it back to you with like a certificate and a plaque and a stand.
Yeah, it's just like some ridiculous like showcase. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and just like I think,
like
yeah,
a
I don't know.
marble column, like to
Yeah.
place the card on a plexiglass case. Like the marble column's like 300 pounds.
I think
It's so ridiculous.
that'd be fun just to really like kind of stick it to the grading industry
Mm.
and be like, yeah, we don't care about grades. Like this is for collectors, because I think a lot of other grading companies, and I'm sure we're going to talk about grading companies soon,
Yeah.
but but if you'll indulge me for a moment, I think a lot of grading companies kind of, I think Tag specifically, they say like, oh, we focus on the card. This is for the collector. I kind of think this is going to be a hot take. I might regret saying this, but I think if a grading company is truly focused on the collecting aspect, then they wouldn't exist.
That is a hot take. That is a very hot take. Man, you could do a whole episode on that conversation.
I don't think there's a grading company out there that isn't like business driven and like financially driven to grade the cards and build their like grading economy.
Yeah. I will say I believe that ARS does have that philosophy as well, and they do a good job about they really aren't scaling their business as far as I know. It's very limited. Like the window of submissions happens every 2 months ish, and it's 2 days. It's like Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. But it usually on Saturday, midday to afternoon, it closes because they fill up. So they have like a limited amount of submissions, and it's been that way for a while now. So I think either they're just happy, it's a small operation and they're happy with like just grading this amount of cards, but there doesn't seem like they're trying to do like a big money grab. They don't grade centering either, which is it. I don't know. It could go against or for them the argument that they are just about the collector, but they said they don't see it as a matter of condition, which I kind of agree with. It's not really damaging like damage to the card, it's just the way it was cut.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're probably doing the best at that. Um, I just remembered I had forgotten we have our bingo cards this episode, so we should probably speed
Oh
things up
yeah,
a little bit.
we do. We have to go through. That's going to be a while. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into something really quickly. I just wanted to share this because I wanted to vent a little bit when you kind of brought up earlier how, or I brought up earlier how Japanese people don't appreciate the Japanese cards enough, or they don't think that there's like an actual market for it. But I'm not sure who this person is. Pokehex on Insta or Twitter said, this absolutely blows my mind. How is the Japanese version more expensive than the English?" And he has a picture of the gold Charizard, Mega Charizard X EX, in English and Japanese. And the English one he has priced at 400, and then the Japanese one is at double, like at right under 800. But which I get where he's coming from. English cards are generally more expensive than the Japanese ones, but that's not always the case. And it just is kind of funny where they don't think like there's a market or demand that exists outside of Japan, or like it only exists outside of Japan and there's no demand within Japan. It's just they're seeing it through a filter, I think, sometimes. And people in the comments are like, they kind of let him have it, which I was surprised. I thought they were going to be like with him, but they just kind of were like against him and kind of on my side more. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, so I mean I don't I do recognize the name Pokehex. I think he has a YouTube channel. I think if I watched his channel and I knew more about his vibe, I might understand this tweet a little more. This is kind of out of context, so I'm not sure if he's yeah, I could see how this could be perceived as him like dunking on Japan. Like this could be offensive
yeah.
without context. Uh, it is interesting though, like to his credit, why is the Japanese card worth double? Are these prices accurate? Did you fact
I
check
don't
this?
know if they're accurate. Somebody in the comments was saying that they weren't, but then other people were telling that person, no, they are accurate. I didn't go back and fact check it. I just know I've seen other cards in the past where it's
Hmm.
not very common, but there are Japanese cards that are more expensive than the English counterparts. I don't know how many set cards are like that. At one point, I'm pretty sure the Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies in the Japanese was like at 5 grand. It was either like,
Wow.
yeah, it was like either right above English or well above it. I can't remember how high the English one went because I don't really follow that card, but um, it happens every so often. It's not the, yeah, like my comment wasn't really directed at him. It made me think more of things I've seen online about other people's just going hard on Japanese cards and saying they're not worth anything. There's no like demand for them, and it's. I understand that's their perspective within like the U.S. or the West. Sometimes they're not thinking about the demand for Japanese cards in Japan, because there's like really a big market here for these cards. But yeah, anyways, there's my vent session.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's interesting. I don't have much more to say about that, but it's crazy. I think I'd be curious to see the English gold card and the Japanese gold card beside each other because they might not be that much different quality wise.
Mm. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, most of the time Japanese is better quality, right? Better texture, but I haven't looked at the new stuff,
Yeah,
so maybe.
yeah. Be curious to see that. Maybe I'll have to spend all my money on a couple of gold cards.
Yeah.
So the start deck 100, you've have you been keeping tabs on that?
Me and Ibex talked about it last episode a bit and showed some cards that came out. There was like 4 cards they showed: a Tangela, a Pikachu.
Right.
But then it just, while you were sleeping and before we recorded this episode a few hours ago, somebody opened one. A couple days before release, people opened the cards and we're starting to see more cards come out. So Poke Beach put these up. I don't know if this is all of them, but this is definitely more than happened like that they had in the last the starter deck in Sword and Shield. I don't think there was this many like special art cards. You had the gold Galarian birds, you had the Marnie full art, and then a few others. So there's just a significant amount of like ARs in this set, which is really cool that they're doing this. I think one of my favorites is this Mighty Anna. I don't know when we had a Mighty Anna card, but this is a full art Mighty Anna. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, so just in case someone doesn't, they're out of the loop a little bit, Start Deck 100 is basically like this new, well, it's not new, actually. Is this the second time they've done this?
I think it's the second time. Sword and Shield was like the first time.
Right. So for anyone who's not really keeping tabs on Japanese, it's basically booster packs, but inside each pack is an entire deck.
Yeah, and then it's 100 different deck compositions, right?
Mhm.
And then there's supposedly a 101 and 102, which are like God packs or God decks, where you have all the ARs last time. I don't know if that's going to be the case because there's like a lot in this that they're showing.
There's
Uh,
also, did you see there's an Evolutions one?
a deck that's just evolutions.
It's just Evolutions, and well, sorry, it's not like, obviously it's a whole deck. So you have like
Okay.
trainers and items and supporters and stuff like that. But it's an Evolutions deck, and every
Oh,
single card is foil.
oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we're gonna keep seeing pretty crazy and wild decks come out of this.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think I just got my notification for the lottery
Right on.
today for one of the lotteries, and I ended up winning it. So I think Friday I can go pick it
Ooh.
up, and I'm gonna try and chase that. I guess chase the evolution decks. I don't know.
So what do you get from that lottery? Just a single deck?
It's yeah. So the lottery is just me entering the store lottery to say, hey, you're able to purchase it because they have a limited amount and so many people want it. You enter a lottery to see if you can go purchase it. And yeah, I think I got one or two from the Pokemon Center lotteries, but this is like a separate retail store. So Friday I'm able to go pick that up, and I told Ibex I was just gonna open them all. It's kind of, I don't know what the chances are, like how many decks are considered like quote unquote good decks that have chase cards, but
Mhm.
hopefully I can hit like one of them, and get a chase.
It kind of looks like you get something. It looks like everyone gets something in whatever deck, right? Each deck has something cool in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of chase. So I mean, yeah, assuming they put one in every, that would suck to not get something, I guess, if you open a whole deck and it's just bulk.
Hmm. What's the price
um,
on those, by the way?
it's like 1,000 yen, so it's like $5 or $6, I think. But they're
Cool.
selling for like $50 to $60 on eBay.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're like, what's new?
Yeah.
Of course. Um, I don't know. We don't have to cover this really at all, but this is just a spoiler alert for anybody that doesn't want to see this. The new DLC for the Pokemon ZA game, they came out with some new Mega designs. So there's some new Pokemon, 22 new Pokemon getting Megas. And I think Raichu X and Y are like my favorite, probably.
Yeah, the Raichu is revealed early, right? Like they
Yeah.
revealed that a while back. That's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah. The Absol's pretty cool.
Yeah,
How do
I
you feel about
don't
the Absol?
they're I think all of these are okay for me. None of them really jumped out for me.
Okay. I think my favorites are like the Raichus, and then uh I like the Lucario with like dreads, and this Darkrai looks terrifying.
Yeah, I like that they're doing something with Darkrai.
Yeah, this thing looks menacing. We want to talk about our first official sponsor.
Yeah, so let's talk about Rate Your Pokemon Cards. This is a new website that our friend Justin built, and it's actually pretty cool. We weren't actively seeking sponsors for the podcast, but this was just a passion project that we couldn't really say no to. This is something that I think we were going to share regardless. It's kind of awesome. So, the basic concept here is you can rate a Pokemon card on a 5-star scale. So, you rate it from 1 to 5, just based on your subjective feelings about it. So, there's no prices attached to this rating system, unless, of course, that's how you choose to rate it. But yeah, you can really just rate cards, and then if you go to like the homepage, for example, it'll categorize the cards for you based on the community's ratings. So it takes everyone's ratings and puts it together. So we have like top 10 cards of all time, hot cards right now, so cards that are, being rated right now, controversial cards. So this is low ratings, which is
Yeah.
kind of fun to look at. and
Yeah,
it's
I like
really
it.
it's fun to just kind of like goof around on. And
I have a bone to pick with Justin, I think, though.
okay.
I was looking at all cards, and then I went to the lowest rated, and it sorts it. And I was like, okay, trainers, energy switch. Yeah, I get that. Nobody really is gonna rate those high. And then I started looking, and I was like, how's Vileplume the first one? I
Oh
mean, I know
no,
Vileplume's
my
not everybody's favorite,
boy.
but point 0.5, and then I clicked on it, and I thought it said who rated it.
Oh really?
I swear it did.
No,
I
I
think I
don't
saw,
think so.
no, I swear I saw something with Justin's name on it. Maybe I'm getting it confused, but
Right. So if you go to the top there, you can click on lists.
oh, sorry. Yeah, let's go to lists.
And then so if you sign in and make an account, you can create lists. And so
Oh, this is it. The most overrated cards by Justin.
yeah, so this sort of you can set up your personal little showcase. And so these I believe are what Justin considers the most overrated cards. He's chosen 22 here. So you can go ahead and make your own little
Justin hates
categories.
ponchos.
I guess.
Justin he hates ponchos, hates scream cards, hates the Van Gogh Pikachu.
Okay, so in his defense, some of these are extremely like
You think so?
um overrated. Yeah. I think some of them like the Van Gogh Pikachu, for example, like great card, but it's
Hmm.
just, it shouldn't be at the price point that it's at. Same
Okay.
with Burger Chew.
Yeah. But that's the good thing about this. So you could go in the comments, like we could go in Justin's card, like I'll click on the card and then put a comment here. Oh, there. So Grep said, I don't understand why these are worth so much. Are they even scarce? The artwork is very generic too. So Grep agrees. But you could go in the comments. I kind of like that you could go back and forth. You could reply, you could upvote, you could downvote people's, comment. It's a cool like social network to discuss cards.
Let's go rate our Weedle.
Okay. Which one? What do you mean our Weedle? Like the any
The
Weedle, or
the
is there?
no, the base set Weedle.
Okay, yeah. I think I already did actually.
Oh,
I
did
was in
you?
here earlier. I was in. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I
Oh,
saved it.
there we go. Let's give it a 5 stars, and then
Oh, whoops. Let me. There we go.
after the pod, I'll jump on and I'll 5 star it as well, and we'll see if we can
We'll pump the market.
if we can pump this thing to the top.
We're gonna buy them out like Kabuto King, Weedle Kings.
And then I just want to mention real quick, there is a random button there on the right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's also an artist section right here. It's really cool.
Oh,
You could just sort
that's
the
right.
card by artists, which I thought was really cool. I think a lot more people are getting into like artists and recognizing people's names in the last year or so. I've noticed. Even
I've
myself,
seen that too.
I wasn't too familiar with artists, but now I'm becoming familiar with the name. So this is just like another tool to help. But like you were saying, if you click on any card, on the right side of here, there's an arrow to go to the next card in that list or that category you're in. But right below it, there's a randomizer button. So you can kind of just like click on this and scroll through random cards and, rate them, discover new cards. If you might find something new you've never seen before, which is really cool. I'm probably definitely going to spend time on this website. I'm waiting for the mobile app. I don't know if there's a mobile app, but I would love it on mobile.
Yeah, fair warning, the random button here is addicting.
I've never
Okay,
seen this card
so
before.
hold up. This card is a 5 for sure. Like this card is amazing.
Well,
I love this card.
I've never seen this before. This is really cool. Have you?
Yeah, this is Vending Series 1. So we were just talking about it a little while ago in the Discord. It's a lot of the Vending Series cards you kind of forget about because they never came over to English. This is one of them. Peekaboo.
Hey,
there we go.
Oh, whoops. I'm hitting the. Yeah, really cool website. I'm excited that he showed us this and it was willing to be the sponsor this episode.
Yeah, thank you, Justin, for sponsoring. I told him we'd give him a minute of airtime, and we probably tripled that. But I think that just goes to show, we do both totally support this site. I think it's pretty cool. I am a little jealous. I wish I came up with that idea myself.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I'm happy. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up some like vintage card prices. I don't know if we talked about them so much. I know I talked a little bit about them with Dark Ibex last week on the episode. There was a Pikachu Illustrator sale. I don't know if you saw. It was an 8.5, a PSA 8.5 that went for 610,000, which is I think the highest for an 8.5. I think there's been nines, and there's that 110 that was obviously higher, but maybe one of the highest prices we've seen for the 8.5, definitely. And the week following or a few days after, there was a sale for a CGC 9, so half a point higher, but a CGC slab that went for 325,000. And it's just interesting to see the disparity in price. And as a collector, I mean, obviously there's probably a difference in you want to like carefully examine the card and look at it in the pictures online to see, is it truly this grade or not. I think PSA might be a little bit more strict on their grades. But I don't know if $300,000 is worth that PSA half grade. I think I'd rather have the CGC 9 for half the price.
Yeah, yeah, warning if you go into the comments on this post, it's pretty savage down there. Lots of people sticking up for PSA, tearing down CGC, lots of people, willing to die for CGC. Then we got some people in there who are trying to pump tag. It's this tribalism culture where you have to choose one grading company and then devote your life to it. Um, a lot of people though, there are some good points in there. Some people, and this is sort of a more this is a deeper topic if you've been into Pokemon cards for a while, but there's a lot of speculation about how many illustrators are really out there. 41 has been the theoretical number for the
Mm,
past while, but I think a lot of us agree that it doesn't really feel like there's 41 illustrators. It feels like
more.
there's more. Pop reports are obviously nothing to go off of, so I try to completely remove those from any mental gymnastics. But yeah, there's a lot of people in there saying that like, hey, after CGC's prototype thing, they don't trust that the illustrator's real, and I understand that perspective. Don't necessarily agree with it. But I think for 300 grand, I'd probably take the CGC one instead.
In all reality, that CGC 9 was probably a PSA 7 at one point, or a PSA 8, before. And it was somebody that was like, I'm going to crack this out and put it in a CGC slab. In my opinion, it could not be,
Perhaps.
um, but I think CGC probably took, and the prototypes were a whole new situation. I'm not like trying to defend them because that was a big mistake on their part for an authentication company to do that. But those are brand new things, like nobody's ever really touched, and they were trying to jump on that to be the first. The Pikachu Illustrator, there's been that card graded before by PSA, so there's some like industry knowledge of it, and I think that's less likely that they're grading fake ones. Who knows? We might see a fake one pop up one day, and it's in a slab of PSA or CGC, but I just don't think it would be for that card. You know.
Yeah, I
Um,
I guess it's probably a good time to move into the big news this week, hey?
yeah, which is PSA acquired Beckett, something that I don't think anybody was expecting really. I mean,
Except
not at
for
least.
except for me.
Were you? Were you? Oh yeah,
And
you were. I forgot.
we'll get to
Yeah,
that. We'll get to that soon.
you're.
It's just a funny coincidence. But how do you feel about this acquisition?
Um, I honestly, it doesn't surprise me. PSA has been like buying up other companies or getting their hands into different, like they've been expanding their reach, within the trading card collectible space. So it doesn't really, I'm not reacting to it. I don't think as much as everybody else is. Beckett's, people say, oh, they own like 80% of the market now, but Beckett was not that big a company, or they did like percentage wise. I don't know what the actual percentage is with what they get, like 5 more customers. I mean, I know it's more than that, but it seems like it's not going to affect it. People are freaking out because they just bought SGC, and then they're like, gonna like sunset them and close down SGC. I don't know. I haven't looked up anything or read into it, so I'm not sure if that's actually what they're doing. But they say they're going to do it to Beckett. I really don't think they will. I could be totally wrong, but the black label is such a like a staple in the hobby and in grading. And sorry, I said PSA acquired Beckett. I meant Collectors Universe. PSA is Collector Universe is the parent company that owns PSA, but Collectors Universe bought Beckett. And they
Yeah,
said they're going
moving
to keep it as its
forward,
own company. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
sorry to interrupt you there. Moving forward, I think we're going to say PSA has
Yeah.
acquired Beckett a lot. Collectors is the parent company that
Yeah.
owns PSA, but I think they're primarily PSA. So when people say PSA acquires Beckett, they mean collectors acquired Beckett, but we're probably going to say PSA in this episode.
Yeah. Two more points really quick. I thought it was really funny because a week ago that people were boycotting PSA because of that whole CG or PSA 9 situation and regrading to 10 after that one guy had like um bought he accepted the PSA offer for the 9 and then found out after that PSA had regraded it as a 10 after they bought the card from him. And people are like, I'm not submitting my cards to PSA, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure there's like a percentage of those people that sent their cards to Beckett within that week. And then, Collectors Universe buys Beckett. So it's kind of funny to think about it that way for those people. But that was one thing I thought of. And then the other thing I thought of was people have been complaining that Beckett hasn't been able to scale their business properly for years. And they've just been kind of like sitting in a stagnant kind of position within the industry. Maybe, Collectors Universe, they've proved with PSA that they can scale a business, successfully and, at a really fast pace. So maybe this is what Beckett needs. Maybe if they do decide to keep Beckett as its own company, they'll, implement what they did with PSA into Beckett and help it grow and to become a viable, competitor with PSA, even though they own both companies.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on all points there. I think overall it's a pretty depressing thing, you know. Uh, we want options as consumers because that's what drives innovation. Something I know people like to dunk on Ace a lot, but with those custom matched labels, that's a great innovation for the grading industry, and we should support that kind of thing. If a lot of people grade with Ace and they like those labels, that forces the bigger companies to potentially, or at least look at also offering that product. And we can see that with Tag, with the AI grading. Um, and I don't know, I can't really think of any more examples right off the top of my head. But I think we are lacking innovation in the grading industry. And as PSA starts to take up even more and more of the market, that pressure for innovation fades away. If a
Yeah.
lot of people switch to Beckett, I think it was 3% of the market Beckett had.
It's like
Uh,
nothing.
it sounds very low. It is low, but it's still very far ahead of
Of so many others.
yeah, yeah. It's still a very big number. I think if that was more like 30%, then PSA would be forced to offer something like a black label. And I'm sure that's where CGC's Pristine 10 came from, was from the
Mm.
demand behind Beckett's black label. So seeing PSA now acquire that, it's like, oh, okay, so we as consumers, we can no longer send our cards to Beckett as a signal to PSA that we want this innovation. I hope that made sense.
I think we can though, right? If they're going to keep it its own separate company, we could still send to Beckett,
Yeah,
right?
but
And there's still the black label.
would that ever push PSA to innovate and
Oh, okay, yeah.
offer
In that way,
their own black?
I don't
I don't
think
know if they want to do that. I don't
I
know
don't
if
think they're
that's
ever going to change their grading scale
no,
because there's
no, no,
so
no.
much value in vintage or high tier cards, high value cards that are in PSA 10 slabs. And to tell everybody that has those cards that your card's not a black label, PSA black label, would just it would it wouldn't work. I don't think. I think there'd be so many people that would have issues with that, like the collectors that have been here for years and have these $100,000 cards, $200,000 cards. Um, I don't know if they could, if they even wanted to. It would destroy maybe the whole system for PSA.
Of course, that was just an example. My point is that we don't like monopolies.
Yeah.
It's bad for this is bad news for collectors.
Is it a monopoly though? With how many? I know there's okay. So I know there's like the big three we always talk about: CGC, PSA, Beckett, and then there's like Tag and SGC thrown in there. But there's so many other grading companies, and you don't have to grade with PSA. You don't have to grade with CGC. There's
Technically
all these other
speaking,
tiny little companies, like stuff that nobody wants to put their card in, maybe because it doesn't up the value. But is that PSA's problem? Like that they're providing a product that retains value. There might be some collusion and some like things that went on to make it that way, but I don't know.
It's not a real monopoly, but let's be real, it
It's a by
basically
de
is.
facto. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's we don't like to
Yeah.
see that. I don't like the feeling of going to, get a can of soda from the vending machine, and you just like, they're all owned by Pepsi though. Like, I have an
Yeah.
illusion of choice here, but I do have to
Yeah.
give my money to one company.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Which
fair.
is annoying. We don't
Yeah.
like doing that.
Crack everything. Put them in binders.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I don't think I'm going to be doing any submissions in 2026 personally. I've kind of moved away from, um, I don't know, like, well, I'm not buying or sorry, I'm not selling. So
I
all
think
of a
people in
sudden,
general kind of share your sentiment where it's kind of like this burnout with grading almost. That's because it's everybody's doing it and it's just for the value add. It's not even they're putting everything in slabs right now. It's not as special as it used to be where you put like your top card in there and you get it graded. People are sending out thousands of cards and submissions like all the time. It's just
mhm.
I think it's like a burnout people are kind of experiencing with grading.
I do think we're going to see a shift in 2026 when it comes to grading and burnout, and I think we're going to see something happen maybe as um as the grading economy dies off a little bit. This is a great transition into our bingo cards.
I think so. I was getting ready to pull it up.
This is my bingo card for 2026. We're doing 2026 bingo cards for next year. So everyone can join in. We'll talk about that in a moment. I will be presenting my bingo card first, and then we'll hear Shugs, and then I'll tell everyone how they can join in. I would love if everyone joined in and did bingo cards. This is just for fun. So I'm going to go through mine from left to right, top to bottom. My first one is someone temporarily closes their doors. So this is regarding grading. I think, like we saw in the pandemic, PSA, for example, might close submissions so they can clear their backlog. Perhaps CGC will do it. Perhaps Tag will do it. This is a pretty low-hanging fruit one, I think. I think this is probably going to happen. I had fun, though. Most of these are pretty wild. So the next one is lenticular cards return. I don't mean jumbos. I mean, I think we're going to get a regular sized lenticular promo, like
I
the
hope you're
sky
right.
splitting Deoxys from the past. Next one is a jumbo gold card. So I think we're going to get a jumbo version of the new gold cards.
That's a good
After,
one. I struggled so much with that jumbo one. I was like, I don't know what to put for jumbos, but that's a good one. I could see them doing gold cards.
I think we're going to get, I feel like we're going to get one.
I could see it.
Next one is a $1.5 million sale. I think we're going to see an insane sale.
That's
After
crazy.
that, I say, and they're starting to get a little more dicey here. Ace doesn't make it. Uh,
Base grading.
Ace grading, yes. I actually just talked about Ace. I really like Ace. I really like Randolph, who runs the company and has a YouTube channel.
Poor
Um,
Randolph.
but I've just seen how Ace has struggled, and unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I've seen the hate that Ace has gotten from the community, and I just have a gut feeling that they might close their doors this year, unfortunately.
Damn.
Next one is an easy one, base Charizard reprint. Think we will probably see that for 30th anniversary.
Some
After
version of it.
after that, I say Shug's gonna hit 1,000 subs on his YouTube channel.
Woohoo! Thank you. We'll see if I post a video ever.
I think we're gonna see the end of the Mega series.
I
So
could see that for sure.
I think, to elaborate on this one a little bit, I think we'll really get a better idea on Pokemon Day. I think we'll get some sort of a Pokemon Presents, and they're
Mm.
either going to hint at or not at all mention the next generation. And then and I think Mega might end this year. I think it might be a short year, so we'll see. UPC metal cards. We haven't gotten a metal card since the Greninja Ultra Premium Collection. I think we're going to get another one this year.
Was it Greninja Metal? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
I think Japan will get the watermark that's on the Chinese cards, that little counterfeiting stamp.
That'd be cool. I'm down.
Next one's hilarious. To be clear, I made this bingo card a few days ago. I said PSA acquires Beckett,
That's
which
crazy.
was unbelievable. And I DM'd you
Stamp it.
privately, and I said, so I already got one.
Yeah, you're like, I should change it, but I was like, no, keep it. It's too good. It's too good to take it off.
Let us know in the comments if you're not driving. Jump down in the comments. Should I change this? Because it's not 2026 yet. I do have a lot of ideas. So if people think I should change it to have a fair playing field, I'll happily change it.
I think you should keep it. That's impressive.
My,
Oliver's already in the lead. It's not even, the year hasn't even started.
I'll share my thought process here though. Beckett's been struggling hard. They have not been doing well as a company. Their ex-CEO is in prison. Like it's just not, they've been caught up in a lot of scandals, and I think
I
done a
forgot about that.
they've done a great job of hiding a lot of the controversy. But yeah, they've been struggling pretty bad. But their customers are loyal, dude. Like man, I think their customer base is almost worth more than the company's valuation itself. So I think it
Well,
made a lot of sense
when you
to
got
acquire them.
a card that could be 30x the PSA 10 value by getting a black label, I would be loyal too. I mean, it's like another form of gambling almost, setting in cards to get that black label because you could, 30x your money on a PSA 10.
Right. And Beckett's also a lot bigger in the Magic and One Piece communities too.
Yeah, and sports too, right?
Yeah, and sports, of course. So yeah, I thought this was likely, and I was validated. So that's really funny. My next one's a little wild. I think GameStop is going to get an exclusive ETB in the same way that we have Pokemon Center ETBs.
And the GameStop has like GameStop stamped Pokemon cards, so I see that's like actually a really good guess.
Next one is Scalping Goes Away. This
Not a
one's
good
hopeful.
guess. You're not gonna you're losing this one.
Next one is CGC starts their own auction platform. So I think this one's pretty stupid actually, because doesn't Fanatics own CGC? Like that's their parent company.
I think maybe is it CCG, the certified collectors group owns like Fanatics and CGC, I think.
So they already
Maybe.
have their own auction platform. So
They're tied in somehow, yeah.
yeah, so this one's probably not going to get hit. Next one is Costco logo stamp. So Costco does
That'd
get
be crazy.
some exclusives in terms of like hollow foils. But I think we're gonna get like in the same way that GameStop has their logo or Toys R Us has a logo stamped on the card. I think we'll get a Costco one.
I want it.
Next one is Tag gets acquired. I think Tag might get acquired. After that, 1,000 card set. I think we're going to get an expansion set this year that exceeds 1,000 cards when you count the reverse hollows.
What was black and white, like 800 and something?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think they're going to I have a feeling they're going to do it. I think we're also going to get an all IR or all AR set. I think that's possible. I don't think it's going to be a main expansion set. I think it'll probably be maybe a 30th anniversary subset or something like that.
Mm.
Next one is eBay acquires the collector app.
This is such a good idea. I love seeing your answers and thinking about mine.
I originally had PSA acquires the collector app, but I changed my mind. I think eBay might be a little more likely. I also thought that I was really thinking about how PSA and eBay are going to interact this year. And I thought perhaps eBay would acquire SGC, purchasing it from PSA. But then I was like, no, that's silly. I think collector is going to get acquired, and I think eBay is likely the one to do it. Next one is Pokey, Any, and Rattle Kiss. I was
Clip
very
this, everybody, and send it to them.
I was very disheartened to see them firing shots at each other this year, with all that pokey drama going on. That was really sort of um, I'm sorry, but embarrassing for the community. I don't like seeing that kind of thing. I hope that this year they make up and kiss.
I hope so too. That'd be a wild one to mark off your bingo card.
That would be a fun one to mark off. Let's not pressure them, but
But if it's
let's make it
natural and
happen.
if they feel like they,
um, yeah, originally I just had that they would make up. They would somehow amend the drama, but then I thought, what a better way than a quick peck
sealing
on
it
the
with the
lips.
yeah, seal it with a kiss.
Next one is multiple new rarities. So we recently got the black white rare, like the Victini, Zekrom, Reshiram, and then we got the new gold card rarity. I think we're gonna see at least 2 more in 2026.
We got the mega attack rares too,
Mhm.
just in the Mega Dreamy X.
That's
I wonder
right.
if they're gonna still keep doing those. I think they will.
Mhm.
But
I think next one we're gonna get a new Pikachu promo with a printed population of below 100.
damn, man, you went hot on these takes. I thought I went hot on my takes.
I think a lot of things aren't gonna get marked off. Next one is the Pokemon Company International buys Pokerev. Now, I don't I don't literally mean they're gonna like purchase his channel or anything. I was trying to really sort of like
Sponsor.
simplify this into 3 or 4 words. I think they're going to partner with PokeRev in a very strong way for him to market new products.
Hmm. I
I th-
almost put the Pokemon company's going to sponsor you on my card.
hey, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Pokerev obviously. I thought Deep Pocket Monster at first, and then I thought Pokemon Company doesn't like to acknowledge the secondary market. They pretty much pretend that it doesn't exist. So I think
Hmm.
it's more likely that they would partner with Pokerev, who's really kind of just most of his comment is just like, I opened the new product. It's straight up marketing. So I
Yeah,
think
right.
the Pokemon Company puts out some of their own videos where they
Hmm.
introduce new products, but I mean, come on, it's nothing compared to Pokerev's audience and his platform. The only thing that kind of gives me pause is he has his own mystery packs. So I think
Yeah.
in this scenario, they would probably ask him to stop that. And for that to happen, they'd have to pay him a lot of money.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, because
I
those
thought
things
that was a
are.
fun one.
Yeah, that's really. I'm glad we're doing this. This is a great idea.
And then last one is newer grader breaks law. So by that, I just mean someone like a smaller grading company is going to get caught up in a scandal where they've been doing something illegal. And my
Nice.
reasoning behind that is just it's so cutthroat. I think like Tag or Ace, for example, might get caught up, cheating to get ahead. Even
With
though
how.
I like both those grading companies. I don't mean to throw shade.
Yeah. No, but it's definitely like I was just gonna say with how hot like some of these takes are, and I'm like, oh my god, this is I went like a lot hotter than I would have, but or spicier, but uh, it's looking at it and how crazy Pokemon's been this last year. It's not that far from like out of the realm of possibility. Some of these, it's like, oh, this probably could happen with how crazy everything's been.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of these are super spicy, but they all come from a place of truth,
Yeah.
with the exception of Pokey and Rattle. I think that one's
I'll take
pretty
it the
low.
first one
Pretty.
to happen. Tag them in the
Man,
comments.
I've already got one, so it would have had to happen already. It would
Oh
have to
yeah.
get leaked.
Yeah, we can find out. There's like a post dated picture. that'd be,
Uh,
that'd
yeah,
be right.
that's my bingo card. Now you can share yours, and then I'll let
Yes.
everyone know how they can join in on this.
All right. So for the first one I put, we're gonna get AI grading pods, some kind
Oh,
of
that's good.
yeah, automated grading vending machine or something you put a card into where you can get your card graded on the spot. Don't know if it's going to be tagged. Don't know if it's going to be good. It probably won't be. You might get your card chopped up into a million pieces, but I think there's going to be some introduction of it somehow in 2026. And then kind of similar to your $1.5 million sale, I just went a little bit more specific and went a little bit lower. A $1 million Charizard card sale. I think we'll see. I think we're at the 600,000s, right, for the first Dead Zard, but I think we might see a $1 million sale on a Charizard card, possibly. Next for jumbo cards, I just put somebody's gonna pump a jumbo card. There's gonna be like similar to the meme or the Booger Mew, any of the meme cards. Somebody's gonna pick a jumbo card to be like, yep, this is gonna be the next target.
Interesting. That's a good one.
I really don't know. I didn't know what to put for jumbo card, and that's all I could think of. This is kind of a generic one, but I put the English market's gonna crash hard, and then the Japanese market's kind of gonna remain stagnant just because of how much how much like streaming and opening new sets the day of release has become like so popular with Whatnot and other streaming platforms. People need Japanese product right away. And I think it's just going to continue on into 2026. I think the English market might see a bit of a retrace, but Japanese sets, because they're so cheap at release or like MSRP, I think they're just going to kind of remain stagnant or like stable above MSRP.
Interesting.
Then I put Max Mofo returns. He's going to release a video somewhere in 2026, maybe one video only, but just release it and then disappear again for another few years.
Awesome.
And then don't know, if Beckett's still around, the next one I put is we're going to see a BGS Black Label first Ed Zard. Don't think we've ever seen one. Don't know if we ever will. But I know that's something that people have been wanting for a while and like wondering how much it'll go for. That might go hand in hand with the $1 million Charizard card if that happens.
I think that might happen. And if it does, I don't think it's going to be legit. Like this is going to be some sort of scandal if that happens.
It'll probably be Logan Paul's card and he'll probably pay whoever, Beckett a lot of money to make it a Black Label. I don't know.
Something like that. Something along those lines. Yeah.
Next one was Brian Pokieni goes bald. This is definitely not going to happen. I don't know why I picked any also as a subject of this bingo card, but
sorry, Brian.
Yeah, he's not going to go bald, but maybe that's the space I need to hit bingo. Maybe he'll shave his head for me. You think he will? If that's the last one I need? Probably not.
If I had that hair, I would not.
Brian, how much to shave your head? Let me know.
How much to buy your hair?
But put it in my bunny binder. That's Mega Raichu X and Y card. So we have a Mega Raichu X and a Mega Raichu Y evolution now. I think we're going to see them on one card art, possibly. Not a tag team, but they're going to be like similar to like the Zapdos in 151, where it was a Zapdos card, but it had Articuno and Moltres flying in the background.
Okay.
So I think we might see something like that with those the Raichu X and Y. Next, I put English anniversary set releases before the Japanese set.
Ooh.
We had that happen with the 25th anniversary. It released like 3 weeks before the Japanese set, and then it just never happened again. I'm thinking maybe they'll do this the 30th anniversary similarly. And then for the next one, I put Japanese MSRP will increase. I've been saying this in lives that I've been on with Henry and Dark Ibex, and I don't think anybody agrees with me, but I think it's just you can never find product at MSRP. The demand for Japanese product is so high right now, and it's been staying above MSRP 2 to 3 times, what MSRP is. So I think the company Pokemon might raise the MSRP slightly. I think they did last year. Not too much, but a small percentage they did. Next, I put PSA will start grading booster boxes. It's something I think people have been wanting and talking about. And I think even Nat Turner had said like in an interview a year ago, Nat Turner is the CEO of Collectors, but he's involved with PSA heavily. He was talking about, that's something they've looked into and they've done research on. They're just trying to refine it possibly. And it may never be a thing, but they want to make sure they're going to do it right if they do it. So I think maybe it's just an authentication service too. Maybe it's not actually grading. I don't know. Um, that's something too that they could use like the CT scanning for. I think there's like companies out there that started using that CT scanning to verify the contents of a box and make sure it's, what it is, what it
Yeah.
says it is. Next, I put product will be widely available at MSRP, and mostly talking about like Jap or English product. I think we'll see a lot more English product at MSRP, like just on shelves for weeks, maybe months at a time, not bought up right away. And then I have for scalper, or I think this was the scalper category. I put scalper gets punched in the face. That's like a free space. I feel like this is probably what the first one I'll mark off my list.
Yeah.
Next, I put CGC will be grading half the amount of cards PSA grades month to month. I think right now, the last couple months, GemRate has said that CGC is graded around 500,000 cards, whereas PSA has been grading closer to 2 million. So they're at like 25% of PSA's total grading month to month. But like not too long ago, maybe like 8 months, 9 months ago, they were like only 10% of what PSA was grading. So they're like kind of, growing quickly. And I think they might get to a point where they're just about half of what PSA is doing in 2026. And then this is this is probably one of the hotter takes is we'll get a new Mario Poncho Pikachu promo. My reasoning for this was the first Mario Poncho Pikachu was in 2016. So it was the 20th anniversary when we got it that same year. And then this year's the 30th anniversary. So it's been 10 years since that. And then I think this year or next year's I think it's this year is the 40th anniversary of Mario, the Mario Brothers franchise. So I was thinking because of how closely those are together, maybe Pokemon does it, probably not, but that would be kind of cool if they did like a Yoshi Pikachu or something, or a Princess Peach Pikachu.
They're gonna do you dirty and just do a Waluigi.
No. The memes, dude. That car will be pumped. A Waluigi Pikachu.
Yeah, actually, that'd be cool if they did like Waluigi and like Darkrai or something like that.
Oh, that would be sick.
That'd be awesome. Or
That'd be a really
Wario
cool
and
card.
Snorlax.
Ooh, now you're talking. That'd be a really cool if they added a Pokemon in there with them. I put whatnot buys tag.
Okay, tell me about this one.
No clue. It's not. It's whatnot has lots of money. I think their valuation is. I can't remember. It's a lot higher though than most companies out there right now in the collecting space. And I don't know whatnot. I just figured maybe I was gonna put PSA or another company. I just thought why not? Why not put whatnot?
I thought someone would buy whatnot or whatnot would buy someone. So I didn't it didn't make it onto my card. So I'm glad to see it's on your card. But that one's wild. We'll see. I think, do you think whatnot will acquire a grading company this year?
If they do, I think it's going to be Tag. I don't know if they'll maybe, but I don't know. I don't really have a good reason for that other than they have lots of money. Yeah. I don't know if they could tie it into their mystery bags or their streaming service. Like people buy a card from streamers and then have a service where it automatically gets sent to Tag. And then because Tag has those packs for revealing, streamers can reveal them on the stream. I don't know.
You might partner with Tag.
Yeah, maybe not buy them. But yeah, we'll see. Next, I put a set with every Pokemon receiving an AR card, which is the same as your IR space.
Is it in the same spot too?
No,
it's over.
You were one over. Yeah, we were pretty close, but I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we were on the same page there. I think we'll get that with something. Possibly that Ruby and Sapphire set they were like hinting at maybe a rumored to come out if it does.
I hope that happens.
I know that people were like saying, oh, it's going to be like the black and white. If we're probably getting, overexcited, but it would be really cool if they did that.
I hope it happens.
Gen 3 was awesome. And then similar to me getting 1,000 subs, I put the Weekly Weedle gets to 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, right. I'm optimistic. I'm on a mission. I've had some podcasts, Pokemon podcasts in my site that I'm like, okay, we have to, I don't know. I have like I'm on a mission to make us one of the top 3, top 4 podcasts.
Okay, we're gonna have to build a hit list.
Yes. We need the one that you made for you where it shows like all the channels and
Hmm.
how, we should figure that out. That'd be really cool.
Okay.
Next I put eBay has a digital mystery pack. They come up with some kind of digital mystery pack similar to GameStop or Fanatics or Courtyard.io. I think they'll make their, because they have eBay Live. I don't know how big eBay Live is, if it's still in beta testing or not, but
It
there's people
just
on there.
we just got it in Canada.
The beta or the actual?
I don't know. I'm just
Okay,
glad
but
to
you,
finally be able to access it.
yeah. So yeah, maybe you will start an eBay Live and you'll
Ooh.
be the first seller of mystery packs.
Ooh.
Next I put there's going to be a 24-hour Pokemon broadcast. I don't know who will do it, but like DPM or somebody will make a channel either on YouTube or some kind of network television that will have a 24-hour live stream of Pokemon content. Probably on YouTube, I could see it happening, where
Mm.
there's just content creators come on at a certain time and they're like hired by this channel to make
Okay.
some kind of Pokemon content, and it's just a constant feed 24/7. Um, Next, I put will I get pseudo serialized cards? So maybe not as spicy as the 100 Pikachu promo cards. I was gonna put something crazy like that, but I was like, I'll make it a little bit more realistic. So I think we're gonna get something similar to maybe the Chinese Mew, where it's not stamped on the card what number it is, but it came with a certificate saying that this is card number 10 out of 1,510.
I thought
So
about putting this as well.
yeah, and you went with 100 Pikachu's instead.
It was in my Pikachu slot, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure why I changed my mind, but maybe because I don't want it to happen.
Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people are against the serialization for Pokemon. I would love it. I like the I don't know, just even if I couldn't get one, just knowing that there's like a higher chase out there
Yeah,
is exciting. Um, Three more to go. Third to last is I think we're gonna see a Captain Pikachu promo card.
nice.
We've seen the Captain Pikachu in Chinese, but never in English or Japanese yet. So I think we might get one of those in English or Japanese. And then, I did put this. I didn't realize I went with this, but I put Oliver gets Pokemon sponsorship. Pokemon's gonna reach out to you and sponsor ask to be partnered with you in some way.
That would be awesome.
That would be really cool. And
Unlikely, I
then
think, but
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was like, is it super unlikely or not? Because I think you're one of like the when I was trying to think of like educational channels, there are a couple out there, but I think you're like the one I think of. And I don't know if that's because we're, always talking or not, but
yeah,
are there
I
any
think
like
my only argument to that is I don't cover the TCG. I think they're more likely to sponsor someone who's game oriented.
but Pokemon's so much bigger than just the TCG.
Yeah, but they usually come from a TCG perspective with their products and marketing and stuff.
Well, maybe that's I don't know. Maybe you got to work on. Maybe you add a video
Maybe.
in every so often.
Okay.
Who's get this sponsorship? I need to mark this spot off. And then last for scandal, I put Shug, Oliver, or both are involved in some sort of scandal or controversy.
Well, I got a free pass on the everyone's homo for Pokemon claim.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, there was no controversy that we were. I don't think we were big enough of a channel for that to blow up.
Nice.
Yeah, but we can clip it and put it out in a short.
Wonderful. Yeah, I don't know. We might get caught up in a scandal.
I don't know what would it be. What would we be caught up in if we did?
I think we'll probably say something controversial that we didn't mean to say, which is going to trigger something else happening. And
Mm,
then it's going to be like a Rube Goldberg machine of terrible, unfortunate events.
yeah. I think you're too smart to get caught. I think I would probably be the one.
And then
I,
you would drag me down.
I would get, yeah, I would be like, he made me do it. He put me up to it.
Maybe.
uh,
So if you want to play along with the bingo card, we invite you to. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Um, I built a key. So we'll put it in multiple places. Can we bring the key up right now?
Okay, cool.
Okay, this is the key. So down in the description, I'll also put it in like a community post maybe, or in my Discord. There will be lots of places to find it. Last resort, you can just comment and we'll figure it out. But this is the, I wanted to make it fair so people aren't just putting like really easy low hanging fruit uh,
That's no
guesses on
fun.
onto their bingo card. There are 4 empty spots where you can put whatever you want, but the other slots, these are just suggestions. You can interpret that however you want. Rarity, that could mean the literal rarity, like how many copies of a card are printed, or it could be rarity symbols, whatever you want. So this is the key, and then I will also have a blank bingo card that you can download and then just use whatever app or program you're most familiar with, and then you can submit them before the end of the year, and maybe we can review them on the channel or do something fun like that.
Yeah, make sure you say bingo in the comments if you get yours filled out, or get bingo, I guess.
I'll be shocked if anyone gets bingo at
Yeah,
this
right.
rate.
But we're not getting bingo.
No, I don't
Dude,
think so.
I hope Brian and Annie are like kissing is like the last one you need, and then we just gotta like figure out a way to make that happen.
That would be awesome.
And winner, loser has to go streak. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. This
Oh,
is all for fun.
whoa, 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 whoa.
This is going to be the controversy or the scandal.
Yeah, maybe we'd
Shug
tell
was
everyone
running
that.
naked through the streets.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, let's move on to listener questions.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, so we have some we have some good. We have 3 questions, I believe, today. The first one we have is from Henry Daddy. He said, "Wonder how new vending will look like now with all the One Piece hype in the past 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks." This is something I've been wanting to talk about for the past 4 to 6 weeks, or however long it's been going on. I just haven't had a chance. But without getting too much into it, this is something that, I think a lot of people, if you're in the space and content and watching YouTube, you'll know that a lot of people are talking about how One Piece cards are, blowing up right now. There's people in sports selling their entire collections to buy One Piece. There's people in Pokemon doing the same. A lot of quote unquote like investor bros, or people that are new in the hobby just for that, to make that quick buck, or already switching to One Piece. um as far as like how it'll change vending, I would just assume more vendors would have like more One Piece cards available. uh but I don't know if that'll be, if it's going to take over. I think the primarily is still going to be Pokemon for most people, at most vending, like collecticon type card shows.
Yeah, so I live in a pretty small town in like Canada, so we don't have like big card shows going on all the time. I have yet to see a table that's all One Piece. I will say in the 3 shows that I vended this year, more people asked for One Piece at each show. I had more people come by and say, "Hey, do you have One Piece?"
Hmm.
So it's definitely, I can confirm at least anecdotally that it's growing. I had a One Piece card. I had the PSA promo,
Hmm.
the Boa Hancock one, and it sold like lightning fast. There's people running around the the convention hall, going table to table. Do you have One Piece? Do you have One Piece? Do you have One Piece? So there were people there. There were people attending who collected only One Piece. So I think that says something about it. But yeah, I think like if we extrapolate this out by 6 months, I think there's just going to be more One Piece.
Yeah, we'll start seeing more of it. Yeah, One Piece is pretty cool. I don't collect it. I have a few cards. You saw my bunny binder. I don't know. There was some One Piece cards in there. Um, but yeah, I think they are doing like a really good job with like the texturing and the card, like foiling. They have like the line work instead of black on like their higher rarity cards. They'll do like gold foiling line work. Just really cool. Like a lot of it, like different things that they're innovating with almost that Pokemon hasn't done. And I don't know if Pokemon just doesn't want to do it or they can't because of like the production scale, like how much they're printing, and it just slows production down. I'm assuming that adding in those extra steps, but I really enjoy that part of One Piece and how good the cards look. And then their chases too. They have some like hyper rare chases, which is like I mentioned earlier with serialized cards, like having that chase is really fun, even if I'm not being able to pull that card, just knowing that there's a chance in 1 in 300 boxes that I could pull some crazy manga rare or whatever the rate is on that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty cool. Are you ready for these next questions? Do you know what they are?
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
So we have two from Braden Groom. He asked this a couple weeks ago, and I didn't answer it in the last one with Ibex because I think I needed an expert opinion on this. Needed somebody to break this down with me. This is from a couple weeks ago. He said, it's impossible to know how many legs Diglett has, if any, but what is your best guess? What about Dugtrio? Does each head have its own set of legs? Is this more of a Dodrio or a Mousehold situation?
I might have some boring answers here. I think Diglett is probably positioned to be a mole Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think he probably has 4 legs. And I think Dugtrio is probably just three little moles. So
So it's a
12.
Mousehold thing, right? Like
Yeah.
where they each have their own set of legs.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I was gonna say, now that I thought about it and he posed the question, I didn't do as much research on these as I did with the Pikachu question a couple weeks ago, but in my head, like as a kid, I always thought about it. I didn't think about it, so I just assumed it was like this head in the ground, and I never really thought, does it have legs, or is it, what is it, a nub, or what is it? Is it a worm? I think I would probably say it was more of a worm if I had to ask like myself as a kid, but thinking about it now, I think, yeah, I think it's like a mole and it has legs. Um, maybe it's got like that. You've seen those pictures where people like give it like a really buff body.
Yeah, I looked it up last night in preparation and I just saw a lot of fan illustrations. A lot of people, they're being funny and they have the Diglett head. And then below that is either some like jacked bodybuilder,
Yeah.
extremely long legs, something out of a horrific nightmare with like lots of like blades and and stuff like that. So I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a lot of like reasonable takes online. It's all
Mm,
it's all satire.
yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, what if it had like the body of Rayquaza and its head is like a Diglett? That'd be so sick.
That would be funny. No, I think it's a mole. I think he probably has 4 legs and a little tail.
Yeah. That's and then here's his question from last week's episode. It's also about legs. If you didn't, if you didn't know, said how many legs, if any, do you think Jinx has? Is the dress-like structure concealing legs, or is the garment itself providing mobility? And the question was so long, so I had to put it in a second part. He said, please note that Jinx's Pokedex entry has an empty footprint, yet Jinx is capable of learning Mega Kick.
So this
This
one's
threw me
pretty
off.
cut and dry for me. I
Really?
think Jinx just has 2 legs, concealed by a dress, and it levitates
But why wouldn't it have a footprint?
because it levitates.
You can still get a footprint, right? Maybe hmm, nobody's went under the dress to get the footprint.
I guess so.
Oh man. Is she always in every art? Like, I guess we have to go on rate Pokemon to look at all these Jinx arts, but is there like any arts where she's standing? Like I feel like I've seen her standing and not levitating in a card. You don't necessarily see her feet,
The dress
but
is touching the ground.
yeah. Oh, but I guess she could still be levitating and have like a long dress.
That's how I've
Hmm.
interpreted it.
Is she a ghost Pokemon?
What the
We need
hell
to
is
this.
Jinx?
We need to
Psychic.
do more
Psychic or
research.
water, right?
Psychic for sure. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if it's a ghost. She's a ghost Pokemon. We're gonna have to. Maybe I'll have to do more research on this. I'm gonna leave my answer on pause for now. You say legs though. levitating
Yeah,
with
I'm
legs.
wondering now. I wonder how Jinx moves in the original anime. Like
Yeah,
if we see it move left to right, are we seeing the dress like do this, or are we just seeing it like glide?
yeah. See, this is why we need to do research on these. I need to go back to I need to go back to researching.
I was irresponsible and I left it till last minute last night, but um,
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry, Braden. Thank you for the questions, though.
sorry, Braden, we let you down.
We'll be prepared for next week's leg question.
I'm gonna bring it up real quick and
Okay.
report back just because there is that uh, banned Jinx episode, and I
I don't
watched
know.
the whole thing
I don't know
last
if I've
year.
ever seen it.
Yeah, it's just Jinx's skin is black, so they took it off air.
Okay.
It's also just really creepy.
I mean,
Not
Jinx is a creepy Pokemon. Mr. Mime and Jinx.
yeah. So what I'm seeing here is Jinx does glide. It's not
Oh,
a smooth glide though.
but does it have legs?
It's just dress touching the ground for the most part.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about my answer. I think Jinx has legs. It's
I guess.
levitating.
Yeah, I guess it would have to if it's going to be able to do Mega Kick, right?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. Maybe it's got like tracks, like a military tank.
That's even more wild. Let's go. Let's stick with legs.
Mega Jinx.
What's under the dress? Put it in the comments. Mega Jinx is a tank. We need a Mega Jinx.
Yeah, we do. Is that all of our questions?
Yeah, sorry. I think so. Did I miss one?
No,
I
I
hope
think
not.
that's it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry if I missed anybody's question. Let us know and we'll address it next week.
So if you want to join in on the bingo game, please do. I think it'd be a lot of fun if we could review other people's bingo cards. There'll be a few different places to get it. I think probably the easiest way is to make a community post, so you can just save it. You can save it to your phone that way, or right click save as on PC. I'll throw it in the Discord, and maybe we'll have it up on Instagram or something. You can just, if for some reason you can't find it, just DM one of us and we'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks
excited.
for
I like this thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see everyone's answers. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Weekly Wheel, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.